This is really wild. A little more than 3 days after Anthropic rolled out Fable 5, the US government, citing national security risks, has issued a directive telling Anthropic that they have to suspend all access to Fable 5 and Mythos 5 for any foreign national, whether inside or outside the United States. And the net effect of that is that they have to disable Fable 5 for all of their customers in order to be able to comply with that directive. Now, in the original post, Anthropic just said they apologize for the disruption and they feel like it's just a misunderstanding. So they have a full statement on it. I went ahead and read this entire thing, and it's pretty interesting what they talk about in here. So first of all, they received this directive at 5:21 p.m. Eastern time, which means that it took them about 4 hours before they made this announcement and cut off access to Fable 5. They also said the reason for this is because the government believes they became aware of a method of bypassing or jailbreaking Fable 5. Now, they took a look at specifically what the government saw, and they don't see it. They think these are just minor vulnerabilities. The rest of this announcement focuses a lot on the jailbreaking and whether it's even possible to jailbreak Fable, and if what the US government found is in fact a jailbreak. What Anthropic has said is that for Fable 5, they have enacted some of the strongest safeguards ever. That means very strict guardrails that have actually upset a lot of customers, and a 30-day customer retention policy, data retention policy that they previously didn't have, but they felt was necessary for Fable. Now, when it comes to jailbreaking, they say that while no model is perfectly resistant to being jailbroken, that they use every safeguard imaginable for Fable 5. And that includes doing two things. First, they have made it extraordinarily expensive to universally jailbreak the entirety of Fable 5. But they have also made it pretty difficult to have more than a very slim jailbreak. So in other words, if you are able to jailbreak Fable 5, you'd only be able to jailbreak a very small part of it and not the entire thing. And with the data retention and the other safeguards, Anthropic believes that even if a jailbreak happens, it will easily be able to be identified and fixed quickly. All of this was clearly stated when they released Fable 5. But now the US government has said that they have found a potential jailbreak, but Anthropic is adamant that whatever the US government has told them is nothing serious. It's all very benign and things that really aren't an issue for Mythos or Fable specifically. In fact, they went on to say that these same vulnerabilities exist in pretty much every other model. They're not a big deal. And if this same standard was applied across the industry, it would halt all new model deployments for all frontier model providers. Nonetheless, Anthropic is complying with this directive and removing access to Fable 5 and Mythos for all users. Ironically, this comes just 2 days after the CEO of Anthropic said that the government should have the right to block risky AI models. And they actually talk about that inside the statement, but they clarify that in order for the government to do that, it should be done with transparent, fair, clear, and grounded technical facts. And according to Anthropic, this does not adhere to those principles. So what does this mean? Well, they are suspending all access to Fable 5, but you can continue to use other Claude models. So if you have a session running already with Fable 5 that will end with an error, any new sessions will use your default model or Opus 4.8. It also says that on the Claude platform, requests to Fable 5 will also return an error. Please update your integrations to other Claude models. So what that says to me is if you have a scheduled task, like here inside Claude Cowork, I have this scheduled task where I have it checking my voice tasks. You can see inside here, I have selected as the model Fable 5. To me, that reads that this will fail. So you would need to select a model like Opus 4.8 or put it on default model. So it's good practice just to leave it on default model. That way, when they upgrade the model, it will go to the newest, best model. Now, what I also noticed is when you come over to a new task inside Cowork, you can still select Fable 5. And as of right now, this minute, it still works. But my guess is by the time you're watching this video, Fable 5 will just fail. And when you start a new task, it will automatically switch to Opus 4.8 or whatever your default one is. The only other bit of news I was able to find on this was this article from Axios that says that another company claims that it was able to jailbreak Mythos. And the administration tried to get Anthropic to pause releasing both Mythos and Fable before they were released, but they were unsuccessful. So obviously this is pretty insane. And this is one of those updates that I think can change very quickly. We may get back to work on Monday and we all have access to Fable 5 again because it was a misunderstanding. Or it could take weeks and months and we may have to upload our ID in order to be able to use Fable 5 or these more powerful models in the future. I don't know. We'll have to see. This is all kind of new and developing in the moment. If you don't want to miss out, though, on the updates to what's happening here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on this, and I'll let you guys know as things change. But yeah, this is pretty crazy.